All right, we're doing Final Four picks. Bill Landis, Doug Lesmerises. Let's start in the South region for the NCAA Tournament. I will say that I think the winner between number 4 Arizona and number 5 Kentucky will beat number 1 Virginia in the Sweet 16. Now, I just don't know who's going to win that Arizona-Kentucky game. Someone made the comparison to me of when Ohio State lost to Kentucky in the Sweet 16 when Ohio State was like the overall number 1 seed in the tournament and got what people thought was a crazy tough bracket. I feel like Virginia got a pretty tough bracket. So I don't like number 1 seed Virginia in the South, but I was going to pick Arizona, but I think they might lose to Kentucky. So I picked Cincinnati to go to the Final Four from the South because I didn't know who else to pick. I'm just not picking Virginia.
I think Kentucky was like an 8 seed that year, right, when they did that? I don't think this Kentucky team is as underseeded as that one clearly was, but I actually have Kentucky in the Final Four in that region. I agree. I think UVA, especially for being the number 1 overall seed, got a crazy tough draw. And Kentucky is not like – Kentucky won the SEC Tournament Championship to beat Tennessee, but it's not like they're not on some crazy long winning streak. I just think Virginia gets by on defense. They don't score enough for me to pick them as a national champion or even a team that gets to the Final Four. I think eventually that runs out, and Kentucky just has the athletes, I think, to combat that. So I have Kentucky winning that region.
I'm very much on alert for like the Arizona is ticked off because of like what's been going on with Sean Miller, which is a storyline that like I would hate. Like, oh, the adversity of like your coach maybe cheating. Like that's not adversity. That's like maybe your coach cheated. But I feel like that sometimes stuff like that becomes a rallying point. And so I'm watching the Arizona rallying point. West, believe it or not, I have Gonzaga.
I thought you were going to say you had Ohio State.
Yeah, believe it or not, go Bucks. Ohio State would get Gonzaga in the second round. Gonzaga is a 4 seed. I think it could be North Carolina. I think it could be Michigan. Chris Holtmann, who's biased because Ohio State got blown out by Gonzaga in the regular season, said he thinks Gonzaga is one of the best teams in the country. And I think I agree.
That wouldn't surprise me. I think Gonzaga's really good too. I have Carolina going, and I don't know. I should know this when I'm in the video. I don't know when Gonzaga and Carolina would meet in that region, but that's the rematch of last year's national championship game. Xavier's the 1 in the West. I'm not particularly high on Xavier. I was actually kind of surprised I got a 1 seed. I guess there was just no other good option to get on the 1 line. But I think Carolina is the best team in that region. I agree Gonzaga is really good and they're very efficient both offensively and defensively, but I like Carolina a little more.
All right, I'll let you start in the East then, where Nova's the 1 seed, Purdue's the 2 seed. Who you have in the Final Four?
So we did another video talking about the Big Ten's chances to get to the Final Four, and I said in that I had Purdue reaching the Final Four, which means I have Purdue winning the East region. I like Villanova, but I just like Colin Sexton more, and I think Alabama's going to knock them off in the second round and take out a team that I think will be a trendy national champion pick in Villanova. And then I think that kind of clears the path for Purdue. I don't see a particularly tough stretch, especially if Alabama knocks Villanova out of the way. Purdue would have to play, let's see, I have it on my sheet here, like Florida, Butler, Arkansas. None of those teams really impress me, so I think that the path for Purdue to the Final Four is actually like a little bit easy.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Villanova and Purdue in that regional final, but I do have Nova. I'm trendy. And who do you have in the Midwest? Where who's the 1 seed? Michigan State's the 3, Duke's the 2, Kansas is the 1.
Yeah, I picked Kansas to win the region. I actually have Kansas. I'm going to give it away now. I have Kansas winning the national championship, and I made the pick, and then I double checked KenPom and saw that Kansas's defense is almost like number 50 in efficiency, and that threw me off a little bit. So it was more like I fill these things out quickly, like everyone else does. It was more of a gut thing, and just thinking that Kansas has really good guard play with Devontae Graham, 2 guys that can really shoot the 3 well with Graham and Mikhailuk, and then good size too. We all know that guards like push the agenda in March, and Kansas has that, but it also has the size to pair with it. So I like Kansas going to the Final Four and then winning the whole thing.
Yeah, I like the winner of the Duke-Michigan State Elite 8 game going to the Final Four, and I'm going to have it be Michigan State. So my Final Four then is Cincinnati, Gonzaga, Villanova, and Michigan State. What's your Final Four?
Kansas, Purdue, Carolina, and Kentucky.
Blue Bloods. All right, so my national championship game is Villanova and Gonzaga, which in 2016, Villanova beat North Carolina for the national championship. Last year, North Carolina beat Gonzaga, so now this finishes the circle. It's Villanova versus Gonzaga. If I really finish the circle, I'd have Gonzaga winning it. I can't have a 4 seed winning it because if Ohio State beats Gonzaga, then I'll feel dumb. So I'm going to pick Villanova over Gonzaga in the national title game. But I think I picked Villanova last year, and they lost like in the second round. So maybe I just love suburban Philadelphia. Landis, who's your national title winner?
I have a semifinal game that America will love to hate with Carolina playing Kentucky, so then I'll make a national championship that America would love to hate with Kansas playing Carolina and Kansas winning.
All right, those are our final 4 picks. Sure to go wrong. He's Bill Landis. He actually is a basketball writer, so like he should kind of get it right. I don't really.
My girlfriend watched a total of like 28 seconds of basketball last year and like won money in a bracket pool. We don't know how this stuff works.
So we're going to be wrong. He's Landis. I'm Doug. Fill out your bracket. We'll have a bracket at cleveland.com, right? Yeah. Fill it out there, and we'll see what happens. See ya.